Grubsmith, you have been challenged. You will go to the Philippines. There you will be given 5 tasks. Should you fail one of these tasks, we will make you do something really horrid. The more you fail, the more unpleasant it will become. You have 5 days.
Is that a frog? Oh, it's a leaf.
Get going.
This is the Philippines, and it's perfect for travel sick. Why? Because the whole place is utterly bonkers. This is the country, after all, that allowed Imelda Marcos to spend most of the national budget on shoes, and where they've recently taken to kidnapping tourists and cutting their heads off. In fact, if you throw in the crazy way they drive these jeepneys, it's about as dangerous as going for a dip in Michael Barrymore's swimming pool. But personally, I can't wait to see what challenges they've got in store for me. First things first, I've got to meet my fixer. See what's in here.
Challenge 1. Double your money.
In the Philippines, gambling is a national pastime. And they don't just buy a lottery ticket either. They have hundreds of different ways of wasting their money. But I couldn't waste mine. I had 1,000 pesos and only a short time to double it. Henry took me to a town outside Manila so I could place an unusual bet. Cockfighting's a very popular sport in the Philippines. I'm not sure I approved, and I certainly didn't know anything about what makes a chicken hard, but I decided to have a punt.
Quite like the look of that one. It's got a very loud crow. Henry, can you ask who the favourite is? Which one's the big daddy? Here's my man. He's going to sort out my bet for me. Carmel, he's called. I think I want to bet on the orange fella.
Lemon lime.
Lemon lime, he's called. Lemon lime, all right. Lemon. This is Lemon. How many fights has Lemon won?
First time.
First time today? So he's never won a fight. He's untested. Okay, but he looks good. Does he want a bit of money on it?
Yeah.
He thinks his white one's going to win. Man, he's crazy. To be quite honest, I take no pleasure in the death of the chicken, so I hope it just sort of is decided on points or something like that. But this is the rough end of anthropology, I'm afraid. This is what happens. 250 on Lemon.
The birds have razor blades attached to their feet.
Going down, going down, going down. Give me chicken McNuggets. Yes! Look! It's all Lemon so far. It's all Lemon. Whee! That was like a first round knockout. Lemon chased him out. Surely, is that a result? Is that a win? Well done, Lemon. Cockfighting's not quite as bloodthirsty as you'd imagine, actually. The other cock has just run away, quite sensibly. It is, in every sense of the word, chicken. Lemon, lemon. Here's my money, 250. Thank you very, very much. On my way to doubling my money. I know roosters, man. They say there are 2 types of Filipinos. Those who go to church on Sundays and those who gamble on Sundays. And this place, the little town of Rodriguez, is like a compendium of games.
They play a local version of pool with discs rather than balls. I'd always fancied myself on the green base, so I had a flutter.
One game, I have to bet, don't I?
At first, I struggled to master the technique, but soon the lessons of my wasted youth kicked in.
Now the joking's over.
Or it would have been if I hadn't covered myself with talcum powder.
Now you're in trouble, son. Last chance. There's a lot of pressure on this one.
I'd beaten the local hero.
Oh, thank you very much, Playboy. That's 250 pesos for Smith. Go on, Playboy. Yeah, it's all there. 250 for Smith. Unlucky, Playboy. Give us a G.
G.
Give us an R.
R.
Give us a U.
U.
Give us a B.
B.
What's that spell? Grub.
Boosted by the support of my young fan base, I headed off to take on a more unusual gambling pursuit. This time, it was spider fighting. After my tremendous performance in the table pool, I was very confident, so I splashed out 500 pesos on a little white spider.
If one eats the other, obviously it wins. But if one falls off 3 times from the stick, that counts as a technical knockout and you lose.
The white spider was off to a cracking start, jabbing and biting at the black one.
Easier is a counter puncher, the brown one. It just stays there, locks on with the back legs, and then fights with the fangs in the front one. That one's taking a very defensive stance, strapping several of its legs on. Go on, my boy, go on the white fella. Go on the whitey. Oh, don't run away. Go on, son, knacker him. Yes. Don't run away, don't run away. Oh, dear. Come on, white man. The white one's doing all the work, but it's just meeting a wall of pain. Oh, man. It's a disaster for Smith. Brown is beating my spider. Has now been enveloped in a cocoon. The spider fight is over. It's come to a brutal end. That is now being wrapped up for laters. I bet on the wrong spider. This is what is left of my spider. It was bitten to death and wrapped up in a cocoon of silk, a gossamer-like coffin. Well, after that debacle with the spiders, I'm a long way from doubling my money.
But I wasn't finished yet. My next bet would be on the Filipino version of poker, but that didn't take place until night time, so I decided to open my next challenge.
Challenge 2. Drink a dwarf under the table.
Hello, good evening. I'm Edward. Welcome to Hobbit House.
Thanks.
Let's go at the bar.
I was shown into the Hobbit bar, which seemed to be rather short on staff. They'd lined up Edward, a local drinking chap.
It's for you. And it's for you. Welcome. Okay.
I should point out before this challenge gets underway that I'm not much of a drinker. The occasional pint of cider is about my limit, so I certainly can't handle this. I'm not feeling very well anyway. OK, enough excuses.
Are you ready to challenge?
When you're ready, ref.
1, 2, 3, go!
The little man was off to a flyer.
This is gassy beer. It's like swallowing a belch.
I sensed the regulars were against me.
He can't finish it. I'm going to catch him up. It's the tortoise and the hare. It's classic. Oh.
He seemed to be struggling even more than me. With victory in sight, I battled on.
It's gone in, but it's come out again. Oh, he's vomiting. Smith surely is the winner by default. He can't carry on.
Kaya.
He's not going to finish it. Oh, my stomach is convulsing like a python. Oh, it nearly came up again. I can't emphasise how gassy this is.
And then suddenly, he hurled a bolt of vomit that would have made Bilbo Baggins proud. It was all over.
That's it, I've won the challenge. Oh, it's a Kazi. Oh.
I thought I was going to lose that. Then the dwarf threw up.
Most Most of the Philippines is devoutly Catholic, and each Easter religious fanatics crucify themselves. Astonishingly, they even use real nails, which are hammered through the palms of the hand to imitate Jesus' suffering. We headed back into town because I still needed to double my money by betting. My stake was back where it started, and I needed to make 2,000 pesos, so where better to go than a funeral? When someone dies in the Philippines, it's traditional to hold a wake. But unlike in Ireland, where everyone gets pissed and talks about what a great bloke you were, here they gamble. It's actually illegal to play cards unless there's been a death.
This is where all the gambling's taking place, and in here they're doing the mourning. Just go down and pay our respects.
While the family grieved in the house, outdoors there was a party atmosphere. A huge mob was gathered round the card table. Frankly, I had no clue what the rules were. It looked like a cross between roulette and poker, played with tarot cards. In the end, I decided to stick 300 notes down at random.
They say that if you come to a poker table and you don't know who the sucker is, you're the sucker.
I soon proved that.
You seem to have to fold your money up so people know it's yours. I'm going to bet that. Not entirely sure what I've just done, but it was the one with the most swords on it. There goes my money. There goes 100 pesos. 17. My hard-earned wages.
I was spending money like water.
I'm going to go down here because that's where most of the action seems to be going. I have 100 pesos there, mate. 100 pesos, mate. If I lose this one, I'm already lost half my money. So I need a result. Oh, no, that's not good for Smith. Oh, my God, I've blundered yet again.
It was awful. I needed to do something drastic.
He's now going cups. I'm changing my tactic to this one here. I think that's the winner. We're really looking for low cups to come up. That's not a good card. Here we go, here's some action, and it's cups. That's a good card for Smith. Let's have a cup. Let's have cups. That is a good card. Yes! Smith has won.
1,700.
It's a fantastic result. I've just won 1,700 pesos, which with the 500 I've got left would mean I've more than doubled my money. 500, 1,000, 1,500, 600, 700, 800, plus the 500 I had. I've won my challenge. Thank you very much, the Philippines.
Flushed with success, I treated the players to a round of whiskies, said goodbye to my dead host, then headed off to the bus station, as our next mission would involve a bumpy trip up country.
Challenge 3. Catch a greased pig.
In England, they hunt foxes. In America, they hunt deer. But in the Philippines, on a festival day, they hunt a piglet. However, it's not quite as simple as it seems.
Yes, for some reason that I'm not clever enough to explain, when Filipinos go pig wrestling, they like to dress up as extras from the film Zulu. Perhaps it's a bizarre tribute to Michael Caine. The black dye on their skin is actually a sort of tar used for fixing punctures, which sounds painful to wash off. But I thought, what the hell? Yup, you may notice a rather fat-looking Zulu near the back. Well, there goes that rumour about black people being good dancers. Once we got into the fields, we started doing a weird jig that I dare say has something to do with the harvest, or appeasing the mighty rain god, perhaps. All I know is I felt ridiculous, and I couldn't wait for the pig to arrive. To make the little fella harder to catch, he too is covered in grease, making him slippery as a bar of soap. Then he was ready to be chased. It was utterly exhausting. Every time I made a lunge for his back legs, they'd simply slither out of my fingers. It was far too quick for me. I was about to give in when I gave it one last heroic effort. Throwing the full weight of my blubber on top of him, I finally managed to get a good hold.
I think that challenge ended happily for all concerned. I get a victory. The little piggy here is perfectly unharmed. He's sitting very docile in my lap. I'd love to take you home to London with me. Of course. Absolutely.
Challenge 4. Bomb the Philippines.
Rather impolitely, I thought, the Philippine Air Force wouldn't lend me one of their B-52 bombers. So we drove 100 miles north to meet Terry, a bloke from Swindon who owned a microlight. He used to be in the RAF, and my shaky nerves were calmed somewhat by his authentic Biggles moustache. But as for his vehicle, that looked like a death trap.
I'm slightly alarmed by this thing here that says passenger warning.
I've never read
This
that.
aircraft is non-type certified and may not comply with the safety regulations. Do first-timers normally soil their trousers?
I've never had anybody who's soiled their trousers yet and has owned up to the fact.
Right. OK.
Alrighty, good enough.
This is a much harder challenge than I thought it was going to be. Essentially, this is just like a board with a propeller on it. All right, Terry, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Let's get me bombs. Here are my bombs. About half a pound of flour in each of them. Not too sure how accurate they're going to be, but give it my best shot. There are no sides to the plane.
I tried to keep a stiff upper lip, but inside I was bricking it. I'd seen paper planes safer than this thing. That isn't the camera shaking, it's me. Once we were airborne, I was told to keep a lookout for the target area, a big X on the runway. But before we got there, we had to make a circuit of the field. We wheeled round unsteadily, with the whole plane being tossed from side to side by the breeze. Then finally, zoomed in low. Bombs away! I had 5 missiles, all of which looked like bags of cocaine. But judging by how disastrously inaccurate I was, I don't think this method of smuggling it into a country is going to replace the trusty jamming it up your arse in a condom technique. The 10-foot target might seem huge on the ground, but when you're coming in at 60 miles an hour, it's difficult to get the timing right, especially with your eyes shut. At last it was over. I didn't just want to kiss the ground, I wanted to take it out to dinner and then give it a proper shag, with breakfast and everything.
Now let's have a look. How have I done? Very good grouping, very consistent, nowhere near the target. We'd all be speaking German now if I'd been in the Battle of Britain.
Challenge 5. Survive a night in the jungle.
I've always found nature to be rather unpleasant, so I wasn't looking forward to this one. Even though the towns in this part of the Philippines aren't exactly Venice, I would have paid good money to hole up in one instead of venturing out into the heart of darkness. But I get paid for this, so we drove to the rainforest, and rainforest it was. There was a typhoon blowing up from the South China Sea, and it was due to hit right above the jungles I'd be staying in. Luckily, I had an expert guide to make sure I didn't die in there. His name was Pepito, and one of his earliest memories was watching Japanese soldiers have their heads cut off during the Second World War. Not that man is the most dangerous creature in these woods. No, they're filled with snakes, spiders and scorpions, all packing enough poison to put you in a wooden box. I wasn't taking any risks.
Just going to use my machete. Admittedly in a very effeminate way, but quite effective.
As we trudged through the humid jungle, I realised how underprepared I was.
3 things I could have brought. I brought cigarettes, it's far too hot even to smoke. Bought my machete, which I'm going to need later on to make my bamboo kitchenware. I can't believe I bought a paperback book. What was I thinking? I like this.
First, we had to build a shelter.
There you go, Pepito. I'm doing marvellously well, aren't I? He makes it look so easy. It's very irritating. What's the easy way, Pepe?
The easy way is just like your feet. That's easy, see? Good. This only for one man bed.
Yeah, one man's bed. That's all we want. All right, here we go. I've got some ground vines. I'm a real backwoodsman. Ow! An ant bit me really hard on the tit. Right, let's smoke these fuckers out. I'm now declaring war on anything alive in the jungle. Never ever come to the jungle. You can't drink the water and everything eats you. Look at my mattress. It's made of wet leaves. Miserable.
At last, it was time to make a fire.
Definitely smoke coming out.
The branches were damp. Thank God for my paperback book.
Literature wins. The pen is mightier than the sword. I wouldn't normally recommend making a fire in your own bed, but I think in these circumstances it's forgivable.
With the fire complete, Pepito disappeared into the night, leaving me alone with my thoughts and about 1 billion insects.
The jungle is a very noisy neighbour, but the worst enemy are the ones you can't hear. The ants are all they're just making a meal of me now. I'm trying to rise above it at some sort of Zen level. What have I ever done to ants?
Well, whatever it was, they got their revenge that night. I looked like a pincushion by the time morning came. But at least I'd won, making it Smith 4, Philippines 1.
It's a good job this challenge wasn't sleep in the jungle, because I didn't get a wink all night. Tarmac. Well, I suppose there has to be a forfeit. It's a good job I didn't fail too many challenges. They might have been using real nails.
See you, Grub.
Very funny. Come back! Come back! Oh.